Today, I'm going to teach you 3 habits professional players have that separate them from your average Counter-Strike player. To be a pro in this game, you have to work hard every single day, as well as have the talent to compete in one of the most competitive titles out there. It is no easy job, and you always have to make sure you are showing up with your best. But first, guys, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Clash.gg, a Counter-Strike 2 Gambo website that has a massive variety of game modes to play. My favorite is case battles. You can battle with your friends and compete for your dream inventory. They also have so many different deposit methods like Counter-Strike 2 skins and crypto. There are endless features on the site like rakeback, daily cases, and rain every 30 minutes. And the best part is, they even give you a 5% deposit bonus when you use the code CoJo. Using my code would help me out so much and allow me to keep making quality videos. So thank you again to Clash for this opportunity. Make sure you're above the legal age in your country to use this site. Okay, let's talk about habit number 1 that professional players have. This is preparing for their matches. Yes, professional players are not just rolling out of bed, hopping on the PC, and playing the game, right? They're not playing their matches or their pugs or their games and just fresh out of bed. A lot of us, we fall into the mistake of just getting on and playing instead of constantly preparing. Professional players they're warming up their aim, right? They're going over grenades lineups so that they don't miss them when it comes time to play. And they're watching demos of themselves and other players to make sure that they know what's going to happen in the game depending on what situation they're in. This preparation goes so far because it allows them to feel comfortable and play their game, not play other people's game. They're not whiffing as many shots, right? They're not missing as many grenades. And they're not wondering what the other team is going to be doing because of the hours of preparation they're putting in before they get ready to play. If you ever wonder why professional players look like they're cheating sometimes, it's because they're so locked in and they're so ready for what's about to happen because they've limited all the other mistakes that they could be making so that they are performing at their best. The next habit that professional players have is playing the percentages. This means that they are always thinking about what is going to be the best move no matter what they could get away with, right? So professional players are constantly in their mind thinking about the percentage of each play or decision that they're going to be making and if it's going to benefit their team and allow them to win the round or win the game, right? Because a lot of us get stuck in the mindset of just going for every kill that we can, going for every ninja defuse round that we could. And yeah, it could work out 1% of the time, but the other 99% of the times, it could actually end up losing the game for your team. So that means like, if pros are in a 1v4 situation, they're most likely just going to save, right? There's times they're in a 1v1 situation, they're just going to save. Whereas matchmaking players just going to run in with their knife out and try to force something, right? They're always making smart peeks and they're always positioning properly too, right? They're not just always in the middle of the open like you see sometimes in matchmaking and Face It, where, you know, they could get a 4K, right? They could just spray you down, but 80% of the time they're just dying because they're in a poor spot. So this means when something is working for you in a game, think, is this working because I'm, you know, making a good play, or was this working because I got lucky and relied on my aim to bail me out? So always think about this because professional players are very good at making smart plays and having the aim to make sure that they're pushing that percentage as high as possible. So keep that in mind next time you're in the matchmaking or Face It lobby. Okay, let's talk about the third and final habit that professional players have that you probably don't. And that is avoiding and limiting tilting. Yes, I know this is so hard because I came up through the scene just like a lot of you guys are doing right now. I played matchmaking, I played a ton of low-level Face It, and there is times where I was just slamming my stuff, I was breaking headsets, I was just so upset and angry. But one thing you guys have to realize, and it's something that I learned, is that this tilt is actually what's making you lose more games. You're in a bad mindset and you're very negative. You're gonna make your teammates very uncomfortable. You're gonna make yourself play bad, them play bad. Everything's just gonna go wrong when you're tilting. So what professional players are very good at is they're great at managing the amount of rage they have from their own bad plays, their teammates' bad plays, the opponent's bad plays. And they're not concerned as much about what's going on with other people. They're more concerned with what's going on inside of their own head and making sure that even if they're, you know, losing rounds, losing stupid plays, that they understand that the way they react to these things is going to be what, you know, determines the percentage of them winning the game or losing the game, right? Unlucky things are always going to happen, guys. It's just part of the game. It's part of life. Things happen. but how you respond to those things is what's going to make it so that you can be a high level player, be a high level person, right? Did I manage this well? Did I handle this properly? So a lot of these players, they're just constantly looking forward instead of dwelling on the past. How many of you guys have had a bad round happen to you in the game, say round 5, and then it's 10 rounds later and you're still thinking about round 5 and how your teammate could have just won the easiest clutch ever? Guys, stop thinking about that. If you actually want to win this game, just play the game out and do your best to win, and then you'll have plenty of time after to laugh about the mistake that your teammate made, or be like, what was he doing, right? So just stop worrying about your teammates, stop worrying about past rounds, and start focusing on future rounds, because this is what professional players are so good at. They're so good at resetting. They're so good at just flipping that switch and turning on that killer instinct, right? It's crazy. So yeah, these are 3 tips, 3 habits that I see professional players using that you may not be doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One thing I can recommend for you guys is to check out my previous video on mistakes that I see new players making. That is going to be very good for you to learn this game and get better. Also, join my Discord if you haven't already. I can be in there to help you out, give you personal advice, and you can just be in a community where you can grow and get better at this game. So you guys all have a great rest of your day. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Let's keep grinding together and make it to the top.